Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the podium vehicle this week, which is the Dinka Jester RR. Now this is only the podium vehicle for today. It is going off the podium at the end of the day, so make sure you guys go and try to get the final spin in and get this thing for yourselves. So to start off with the armor, as usual, we are going all the way up on that, the brakes as well. For the bumpers, we do have front and rear options for this car. I'm not exactly sure what I want to go for with this thing. I'm thinking about going for somewhat of a race build because I do want to have a pretty decent vehicle for the tuners races within the LS car meet. So I think that I'm going to go for the primary aggressor splitter. Let's go for that. For the rear bumper, we have a lot of different options here as well. I'm thinking that I would like to go for the primary focus diffuser. That is looking super clean. Let's go for that. For the canards, we can add some on. Let's go for the primary GT canards. For the engine, we can do the engine block. Let's do that in red. I like the look of that a lot. For the cam cover, we can do this with some exposed pulleys. Let's do the red pulleys as well, just to make this thing as red as possible. For the strut brace, let's go for the titanium strut brace, and for the tune, of course, all the way up on that. For the exhaust, we have a lot of different options here as well. I think that I might want to go for some carbon exhausts on this thing. I think that that would look really, really good. Let's put on the carbon infinity exhausts. I like the look of those a lot. For the headlights, we can change the color of the glass. I am going to go neo light on these because the tint actually affects the headlights, like with all the tuners DLC cars. So we're going to put the neon on for right now. For the hood, we can do catches as well as the actual hood itself. I think that we're going to go for some modern catches. I like the look of that a lot. For the hood itself, we can go carbon, of course. We can go for a smooth hood, a carbon smooth hood as well, a Dinka vented hood on the sides here. We can also go for the stream vented hood. We got the quad vented hood in carbon as well, the geo vented hood, the vanity hood, and back to stock. I think that I want to go for something a little more aggressive. Let's go for the quad vented hood. I like the look of that a lot. Let's do that. For the interior, I do want to go for a race interior with this thing. For the dash, I would like to make it carbon. Let's do that. Looks super good. For the gauges, I'm going to add the pod tachometer and the dash gauges. Like the look of that. Since it is going to be a race car, we're going to go for the carbon weave panels. For the seats, we're going to go for the rally bucket seats, or do we want to go, let's go for the ballistic fiber bucket seats. I like the look of that. Steering wheels, we are going to go rally clubman, of course. For the roll cage, we could go for one. I'm not a super fan of roll cages, but since it is a race car, let's go for the primary, let's go for the secondary padded roll cage. I like the look of that. For the lights, we are of course going to go xenon. For the livery on this car, we have the white 90s graphics, the black 90s graphics, the shopping list in white and black as well, the white jackal stripe with the red there, or of course we have the black jackal stripe as well. We have the geometric livery. This is the livery that is on the podium car. That is pretty cool. We have the JDM livery as well. The 44 racer, that looks absolutely crazy. I love that. 10-minute car alternate, the 10-minute car, the Yogarishima, but I don't have it unlocked, and the Fook livery as well. Zero gas rally looks crazy. I love that. And we have the split Siberia and back to none. So I think for this one, we are going to go for the 44 racer. I love the look of that. Let's do that. For the louvers, we could add some. However, I don't think it's necessarily a race car option, but I do kind of like how it looks on this thing. So we're going to go for the carbon window louvers. For the mirrors, let's go carbon on those as well. For the plate, we are going to go yellow on black. For the respray of the vehicle, this is going to be something that might be a little bit hard to choose because I think there's going to be a lot of really good colors for this. I feel like a blue could work pretty well. Maybe a racing blue or an ultra. No, it doesn't work with the orange, I don't think. Honestly, frost white looks amazing. I think that I kind of want to go for frost white. Let's do it. And then maybe for the secondary color, maybe we go for a Torino red, a little more red onto the car, or maybe we go for an orange that we can kind of color match there. What is that, like bright orange? I'd say that's bright orange. Let's go for bright orange. for the secondary color. For the trim color on the inside, let's go black on that. For the accent color, that does the gauges. Let's go ultra blue so we can see them nice and easily. Does that actually do the footwell as well? Oh, hang on, we cannot do that then. Can we do bright orange? Let's do bright orange. I like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, for the roof, we can add a roof fin if we want to. Could go for the secondary color. I don't really like the look of the roof fin though. I'm going to avoid it. The roof, we can go carbon. We can go streamlined. We can also go carbon streamlined, beveled, or carbon bevel as well. Let's go for the carbon bevel. I kind of like the look of that. Breaks up the color a little more, why not? For the skirts, we can extend these. We can go for some pretty crazy looking options. I kind of like the secondary super skirts. Let's go for those. We are going to change the front bumper and the rear bumper as well to the secondary variant of those. Now we can also apply a ducktail spoiler to this thing. That looks amazing in the secondary color. I really like how that looks. But I think because it is more of a race build, we are going to have to go for a bigger wing. I do kind of like the look of the secondary Jester wing, actually, so let's go for that. I love some of these other wings. It's really painful for me to not add these. Like this wing looks crazy good, but I think for the purpose of this car, we are going to go for the secondary bigger spoiler there. We can also go for a sun strip. Does this thing have any sort of livery on it that no, so we can go for whatever we want to here. Let's go for a Dinka negative for the sun strip. I like that. Competition suspension, definitely got to put that on. Transmission all the way up, of course, the turbo as well. Vent braces, oh, this is an interesting option. Not a big fan of any of them, honestly. I'm going to leave them off the car. I kind of like the look of it without it. Honestly, the stock wheels are looking absolutely amazing. And I've recently discovered the stock wheels are really good for traction because they're the widest sort of tires that you can put on the cars, I think. So I think that I am actually going to just leave the stock wheels on this, and I think they look fantastic, so let's just leave them alone. For the tires though, we will bulletproof them, of course. For the windows, we're going to leave them untinted on this build. Now we got to go back to the bumpers and change those to the secondary option. For both the primary and the rear. I think that this car looks absolutely fantastic. I'm super happy with how this has turned out. Let's go ahead and take this thing outside and do a sound test as well as a full review on the car. Oh my goodness, the car looks absolutely phenomenal out here in the sunlight. Let's actually just turn it around so we can get a full view of it. Man, this thing is looking super mean. I really like this. Okay, let's take a listen to this car. It sounds really, really good. I do like the Jester RR's sound. I mean, it doesn't sound like insane or anything. It's a pretty generic sound, but I think that it does sound good. So I cannot knock the car. It does sound very, very nice. Now the Jester RR, this thing is a pretty good car. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It's been a while since I've driven the Jester RR. I did take it for a spin just before starting the customization for it, and this thing is a lot better than I remember it from the Tuners DLC. So it has been quite a while. It could just be time playing a little trick on me, but I do think that the car has genuinely improved since it first came out. As far as I can tell, the car is better now than it's ever been. I'm sure there is a degree of maybe some trickery going on there, because I think that the car has technically been nerfed once and then patched over. So I'm not exactly sure if the patch made it better than it was before the nerf or not, but I think that the car is pretty solid right now. And I think that for the LS Tuners races, I think that the Jester RR is truly one of the best cars that you can pick for doing those races. This thing is very, very well planted, handles very well. The acceleration is also quite good, it seems. Far better than I ever remember it being, and the handling is quite nice as well. Obviously, I do have this thing fully set up for racing, so that could be playing a slight part in it, but the car feels genuinely fantastic right now. I am very happy with how this car has actually turned out. So the Jester RR, should you buy this car? I think that it is one that you should definitely unlock the trade price for before you buy it. Because it still is about $1.5 million with the trade price. However, if you can win it in the casino today, it is certainly a car that is worth trying to win for free, obviously. If you ever get an opportunity to pick it up for free, I would say take that opportunity. However, for buying it, I would say unlock the trade price first. You won't be too disappointed, I don't think. The car is pretty good. I do like it. I would say that it is a little on the steep side as far as price for performance goes, but it is still very good. So anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the Jester RR customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing is pretty solid. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.